Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is the BGBC, the Backlog Avenue Broadcast Company. I'm your host, Eddie Kiva. And this is the Saturday afternoon main event. Today I'm going to be playing some more Snatcher. Nearing the end. Going to set up something real quick. I do not like emulator borders. I like the pure experience, as the French say. Alright, let's see here. Make sure everything's okay. I think everything's okay. Let's just double check here. So if you don't know me, I am nobody. You should not know me. I host a podcast monthly. I do just for hobby. It's called the Imposter Syndrome Podcast. My YouTube channel is the Backlog Gaming Broadcast Company, aka the Imposter Syndrome Podcast. Alright, so we'll get started here. Just have to do one thing. Go. Alright. Alright. Bam. Alright. Wait time 9 hours. Saves 30. I like that it lets you know your save count. It's a dumb statistic, like it has no meaning, but you know. It is cold on the mountain tonight, man. It should be summertime, but it's cold. Alright, so I believe I need to find the hospital where the evil Snatchers are located. Snatchers are Terminator-like invaders that are taking over hapless human victims and assuming their identities. Alright, so let's look at our evidence real quick. Patient record. That's a patient record with the name of a Snatcher on it. We are going to go to the chief's office. Because last I remember, we have learned that our chief is a Snatcher, which ironically, I've been playing the 1997 point-and-click adventure adaptation of Blade Runner called Blade Runner. And the chief in that game also turns out to be a replicant. Though in this universe are called Snatchers. Snatcher is a much better Blade Runner game than Blade Runner. Blade Runner may be the worst Blade Runner game I played. I'll have thoughts about that later. But anyway, this is Chief's office. He's not in at the moment. I think I basically played that game for like 7 hours, and I think I soft-locked myself at the end because I didn't pick up an item in the second act of the game. Monitor. It's that picture, okay? Like, it's two faces. We know this. But I got stuck on the last time I played this because there was some arbitrary puzzle where I had to look at something like 7 times before it would advance the dialogue option, which I guess was just maybe an artificial way to lengthen the game. So anyway, so let's do this systematically. We're going to go to the front. We're going to talk to her. No, we're going to look at Mika. No, we're not going to investigate me. Mika, okay. Contents of patient record. So that's the situation. You be careful too, Mika. That's terrible. We're all friends. I know you don't want to believe it, but we're dealing with Snatchers. That's the way they operate. About Harry, our chief. It's really unusual for the chief to leave the headquarters. It's probably some meeting to prepare for this upcoming Kyoto summit. He's been the same as usual, I think. Let's ask her at the hospital. Jean was always a very precise and careful precise and careful person. If you found it, there must be something going on there. Alright. About Harry. Floofers. Now that you mention it, he's been gone for several hours. That's right, he gave up smoking all of a sudden the other day, too. He was always such a heavy smoker, too. That's funny, isn't it? That is funny. I think Harry might have been, taken over. I want to believe in them, but must be some kind of mistake. One of the topics on this year's agenda is the Snatcher menace. Other countries are starting to worry that Snatchers are not just a Neo-Kobe problem anymore. Alright, are we going to show her something? Evidence. Alright, so I've exhausted everything there. Let's go. Let's run a let's run a scan on Benson. No, quit fact file. Benson Cunningham, Chief Junker, Agency 46, Bud type. Special Anti-Snatcher Force, Foxhound, before being named Junker Chief. Also served as Tactical Instructor in Foxhound. Special Force in 20s. Participated in 2033 Wellington Olympics in judo. So, yeah, I mean, so Snatcher is, I guess, then canonically connected to Metal Gear. Because Foxhound is the special unit. That's one solid snake. The most famous soldier in the world is a member of. Alright. I see you here. So clearly the chief is not here. Maybe, shooting range? Maybe? No, I'm not gonna go to shooting range. We're gonna, I'm gonna enter turbo cycle. Why don't we search headquarters while Harry and the chief are out? Alright, so that's right. We gotta search for evidence. Because we suspect that they are snatchers. Investigate. It's in very bad shape, that the corners have been reinforced. If we could see the entire photo, we could determine whose Harry's parents are. I think it's something to do with that poster. It's a box of the matches that Outer Heaven gives away. Can I use? No. I wish it was like a use button. So clearly Harry is a snatcher. Based on the circumstantial evidence, of course. So we already investigated. Possessions, move, look. Can't do anything else here other than maybe look at matches again. Right, okay, there. Harry is the only one in the headquarters who smokes. Ba-da-ba-dam! I can't believe that Harry might be a snatcher. But he had matches from Outer Heaven. No, I can't believe that Harry could be a snatcher. Let's hang on to these matches. That will not be necessary. They are identical to the ones we already have. I'm constantly recording everything that happens. It would be a burden on the investigation. Let's put them here. Alright. Alright, so now let's go to the chief's office. We're going to investigate the picture. Look at this. I thought it was just a picture of a vase. If you reverse the background and the drawing, it's two faces, face to face. This must be the face-to-face that Harry was referring to in his memo. This picture was cleverly designed to take advantage of the human sense of sight. What's that supposed to mean? That you can see it easily if you're not human? Let's search more carefully. Look, it looks like a face. Check out the face-to-face part of it, will you? There's a switch between the two faces. I'll push it. The picture flipped over to reveal a photograph. Da, 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 da. Based on the condition of the inks, I would judge this photograph to be at least 50 years old. That looks very Russian. I've seen this somewhere before, but I just can't recall. Metal, where was this picture taken? All right. I'll now search for data on this photo's location in the Alpha 1 network. I found it! This is a photograph of Red Square in Moscow, taken sometime before the catastrophe. Red Square? What's a picture like that doing in the chief's office? Store that in your video memory for me, will you? I have now stored the photo's image in my memory. The chief is a communist. The chief had this picture? Someone planted it there to set up the chief. And there were those matches that Harry had too. Yeah, I'm sure they planted those too. Which one is the Snatcher? It will depend on what evidence we can turn up. Both of them seem suspicious. Maybe it's somebody else entirely. That's true. That patient chart with this Benson on it is quite suspect as well. Maybe somebody wanted us to find it. Seems pretty odd that the Snatchers would have left part of a patient's record behind in the first place. Maybe it's a trap. That can't be ruled out based on the evidence we've seen so far. So the one guy has matches from the strip club that... Let's see. If I was a Snatcher, I don't think I'd hide a picture in a place out in the open as this. Well, that's true. So there must be some reason why the picture was here, even if it met some risk. I mean, I imagine it'd probably be weird. People probably think it were weird if you had just a picture of a giant photo of Red Square in your office. So of course you have like a secret, you know, Red Square. Why would there be a picture like this in the chief's office? Alright, let's see here. When they were giving his stuff away, I got his fountain pen. Personal items that were in the desk have all been removed. Now your personal items are the only things there. One of these days, somebody may have to take care of my personal items. Gillian, this isn't some omen. I will shut the locker. Alright. I think that's... Please be careful, Gillian. Where should I go now? Gillian, I have a video phone call from Jamie. I'll connect you.
Gillian, it's me, Jamie. Listen carefully. You know that Queen's Hospital? I found out that they undertook a major expansion project in 2035 to put in director of that hospital, Chin Chu Ho, has had his license suspended in the past for performing eugenics experiments at an illicit underground facility.
Are you telling me Queens has underground treatment facilities?
That has to be it, Gillian. Chin Chu Ho is performing skin operations on Snatcher's underground.
And that means that Chin himself is also probably a Snatcher. Or rather, the real Chin, the original Chin, was snatched.
So, that entire ground-level complex is just a front for the underground facilities.
And if we hit that hospital, we can ruin the Snatcher's plans. Well, this is it, Metal. We're heading right into the enemy's headquarters this time.
Let's go!
Gillian,
Yeah?
this sounds really dangerous. I just wanted you to know I want you to come home safe.
Jamie.
Music in this game goes incredibly hard, by the way.
Pushing yourself too hard, being self-destructive, and it seemed like the wedding ring you were wearing when they found us had become a tremendous burden on you. I didn't want that to be the only reason we stayed together.
Oh, Jamie, I never felt that way at all.
I'll be waiting for you. We may not have our memories, but you are the only one I've ever shared any time with. Be careful, Gillian.
Jamie.
Are you all right, Gillian?
Yeah. All right, Metal, let's go. We have to pay a visit to Queen's Hospital. Her Majesty is waiting.
Queen's Hospital. I think I'm nearing the end of this, actually. I don't believe there's that much left. The end, I believe, is very action-heavy.
Just where do you think you're going?
Maybe not. Story-heavy.
The turbo cycle seems to be out of control.
Hey, how are you?
Switch over to manual. I'll take over.
Understood. I've switched to manual control.
Manual control.
What the? We've got no brakes! Metal, check the brake system out. Pronto!
Sorry, Gillian. Looks like sabotage. No doubt the Snatcher's handiwork.
You're in a flying car, though. How do you have brakes?
Work on the turbo cycle.
Worry about that later. Gillian, we've got to do something quickly.
Pull emergency lever. Pull the lever. There it goes. Nothing. Oh no, is it thinking? It broke off. Okay. Guess we have had it. Jump out. We'd never survive it. It'd be like jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge. It's a rather dated image, don't you think? Alright, give up. What? Are you giving up? Okay, what else can I do? Oh no, Gillian has given up. Now we're truly doomed. Oh, shut up, will you? I'll think of something. Probably. We've had it. There's nothing we can do. Don't give up so easy. There might be some way out of this yet. What in the world are you doing? Hit cliff? No. Drive into sand pile? Let's press that button. Alright, let's try a long shot. I'll push this button here.
And a good morning to you, my friend. Bud Fellow with you here on the big 90.7. Looks like we're gonna have a bright...
You've turned the radio on, Gillian. What are you doing? Okay, a little slapstick there. Not slapstick, but drive in a sand pile? Alright, I'll try plowing this thing into the sand pile over there. Hang on tight. I don't remember this part at all. Damn, won't anything work? Hit cliff? That sounds terrible. I've got it. We'll try sideswiping the cliff. Hang on, Metal. That seems like a terrible idea. Damn, even that won't stop it. Alright, so let's jump out. Finish! It's been nice knowing you, Gillian. Shut up! There must be something. It's hopeless. We're moving at over 200 kilometers per hour. There's no way we can survive. Damn! The speed keeps increasing. Press button. Try another button, yes. Oh no, that was a switch for the afterburner. Alright, some good comedy here. Whoops. You boosted our thrust by 23%. Do something, Gillian. Pray to God. Well, Metal, I haven't known you for very long. It's been fun. Gillian! Let's pray together? Really? Wow. Okay. Actually, I'm not that religious. I didn't think so. We're going to die! We're going to die! Right? You've had it. Oh dear Lord. That's it, Gillian. Prayer! Look! A new command has appeared on the menu. Hit control panel.
Damn. What else can we do? Metal, start punching buttons.
Any buttons at all?
Yes, push anything.
Gillian, this doesn't seem to be doing any good.
Damn, I was sure that would work.
Gillian, the road makes a sharp right turn just 1,500 meters ahead. At this speed, we'll never make it. Gillian! Gillian!
Hey, Gillian!
Huh?
Over here!
What's that?
Gillian, over here!
Random.
Gillian, you gotta jump over to my bike! Hurry!
800 meters until we reach the curve.
Metal, you go first.
What? Not again.
Move your butt. That curve's just ahead.
Understood. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Gillian. now
That's
it's your
not
turn.
gonna work.
We're steady.
300 meters until you reach the curve.
Gillian, jump!
I can't. My timing's up.
It's not how physics works at all.
Gillian, now!
70 meters.
Now, Gillian, now!
Oh, we're too late.
Gillian! I guess he didn't make it.
Don't bury me so fast. I'm right here.
Don't you even know how to ride a motorcycle?
Gillian, it's not much farther to Queen's Hospital, and you could probably use the exercise anyway. Why don't you just continue the rest of the way like this? We've arrived at Queen's Hospital.
So, this is the place, huh? Random, are you sure you know what you're doing? This isn't going to be a field trip, you know. We may not come back.
And the bounty for this one will more than make up for it.
If you're around to spend it, that is.
Gillian, let's get going.
Alright, let's go inside. Ready for anything. Alright, I'll open the door. The dreaded doors. Okay. We're inside the hospital. It's really quiet in here. There has to be an entrance to the lower level in here somewhere. Push switch 1. Door 1 opened. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Investigate, reception desk. Okay. I believe one of the, rooms. I think it's like the room 2. Research lab. There's something here. think it's either that room or the other room. Operating room. All right. Well, I mean, we've already been here, but the entrance is somewhere in here. Ceiling, lenses clouded over. Monitors are shut off. Look around, now looking about the room. Don't believe anything is hiding in the room. Look. Operating table. It appears that this room is used for surgery or treatment of some kind. Ceiling. X-ray equipment installed into the walls. These monitors are for displaying the images from various types of internal body cameras. It's an ordinary operating table. Shut down. Okay. Judging from the distribution and thickness of the dust, there's no sign that it's been moved recently. Don't think it's in this room. They're covered with dust. No sign they've been used recently. Alright. Yeah, I don't think it's in here. Let's try switching on the light, shall we? I bet you there is going to be some dudes here. Pitch black in here, ain't it? There's a way down, it has to be here. I bet you're right. We're going to save just to be sure. Alright, despite utter darkness, I will now save everything. I can't see very well, but which file number would you like to save it in? Little fourth wall breaking there. Let's continue game. Alright, we're gonna Alright, turn your light on. Yes, sir, coming on. Okay, I remember this room. Alright. It's clearly right there, like something with this desk. You'd run under the desk. Perhaps the desk is designed to slide. I think you're right. There's rails on the floor. Rails, that's funny. Maybe this is the way to the lower level. It is. There must be a switch somewhere. Is it on the painting of Moscow? It's a very old picture, judging from the condition of the inks and paper. I would suspect it's at least 50 years old. It's a picture of St. Basil's Cathedral. What's this? Looks like a castle or something. Okay. Switch. Is there a switch? It's a monitor. Is it on the base? What's this? Face to face. Doesn't this look like the picture that's on the wall of the chief's office? Dun-dun-dun-dun. That's the famous optical illusion, isn't it? I get it. Their eyes don't register optical illusions. We better check that out. It's not something a human would notice easily. It could be a sign of some kind. Investigate base. I bet this base is some kind of a switch. Alright, I'll try lifting it up. Go. Okay. Come on. Give me back control. It's thinking. thinking? Come on. Come on. This is right at the end, too, I think. Or near the end. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Phew. The desk slid to one side, revealing a stairway leading down.
This apparently leads down to a lower level.
It looks like Jamie was right. Queen's Hospital does have a basement.
And that basement is the Snatcher's main lair. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Well, what do we do now, Gilly?
Peep. It appears to go straight down. Unlike the hallway, these stairs do not have any dust on them. In other words, our friends use this, right? I don't read anything at the moment.
It's a very narrow stairway. We'll have to go down single file.
Okay, who's going to take the point?
That's obvious. The guy with the light.
Hey, that's not fair.
Well, well, what do we have here?
It's the hospital corridor.
It's the same hallway, but not the one that's on the first floor.
So what does that mean?
An entire floor of Queen's Hospital has been duplicated underground.
So the same floor is both upstairs and downstairs. Sort of like parallel worlds.
Okay.
So that desolate setup upstairs is all just a smokescreen. They're making it look like the place is closed down, but in reality, they're keeping themselves quite busy.
That means we're already right in the middle of their headquarters. Please use extreme caution.
What if it's just like their Snatcher clinic and they go there when they're sick, you know? There's switches here to open the doors, yes. Unlike the first floor, there's only 2 door switches. Alright, I'll push switch 1. Door 1 open. 2. We'll look around the area. There's a reception booth in the middle of the floor as upstairs, and there are 3 doors off the hallway. Everything's exactly the same. It's like we've jumped through time or something. Alright, we're gonna go through 1. Alright, let's check this out, this first room. We're in room number 1. The lights are on, unlike upstairs. Nothing of note besides medical equipment. It's a pretty big place. Can't really see everything at once. Let's take a look from one side to the other. Alright, let's look over the entire room. Da-dun. It's a Snatcher! Don't scare me like that. It's just a specimen. Alright, ceiling. Besides standard X and gamma rays, they can also project neutron and proton particle beams with this equipment. I would suspect that it's used in cancer treatment. These are monitors for ultrasound, MRI scanners, and other imaging equipment. They are already connected to nearby machines. Don't need to do that. I'm not picking up any movement, at least not anymore. There was some movement, but I've lost it now. This is rather grotesque. It's somewhat distorted. For a medical model, it's quite inaccurate. Alright, so let's Let's look at that too. Skeleton. It's a model of a human skeleton, no doubt used for anatomical study. Smell. Whoa, the smell from those drugs could knock a guy down. I wonder if this is where they carry out their treatment. Sure, it looks that way. Alright, we're going to go to the other room. We're in room 2. Look at this. Some kind of testing equipment is running. That's a real nasty sound. Gets on my nerves. Round room. This room seems to be their real biotech research lab. Looks like a Frankenstein. Looks like Frankenstein could show up at any minute. There are a number of jars for formaldehyde and other chemicals. There are a number of machines for biotech experiments. It seems that they are quite serious about their work. They're all the finest quality monitors, microscopes, and the like. Containers. Samples, mutated cells, and organs with tumors. I don't want to look at this stuff. Alright. Investigate. Desktop. DNA synthesizers, sequencers, a nucleic acid extractor, chromatography equipment, automatic pipetting devices. That's a particle accelerator used to generate a stream of heavy particles for a number of different treatment techniques. This machine is in standby mode. Looks like the Snatchers were working on artificial skin regeneration techniques as well as various cancer treatments. All right, talk. What do you think? Sure looks like we found the hideout to me. Let's take a look at the room next door. Okay. Smells like rotting fish or something. That's the smell of decomposing protein. So that's the smell of cancerous skin cells. Like Gibson wrote about, eh? Alright, so we have to figure out how to get in that room. They're the same doors as we saw on the first floor. Says morgue. Okay, morgue, as in where dead bodies are kept. Exterior floor. It's been polished quite meticulously. Nothing like upstairs at all. I see it was a linoleum floor. Huh. Monitors and control consoles all up here well cared for. In other words, this stuff gets looked at regularly. We better be careful. Let's get those switches again. See, work like the doors, just like upstairs. What if I do that, and then... Let's see here. Look at these switches again. There are only 2 buttons here. I wonder how one can get the third door open. There must be some kind of trick or something. I mean, there's only 2 buttons. There must be some way to open the third door. Let's check out this floor a little more. Is it in the biotech lab, perhaps? Can't imagine a bunch of snatchers crawling around waxing floors. They seem to like things tidy, don't they? It's obviously used differently from the floor above. I wonder if we hit the switch upstairs, it affects the one downstairs, maybe. Let's do this. Containers. Number of cell cultures and other specimens. It's all rather grotesque. It's quite impressive array of equipment. Some university hospitals are not stocked like this, or stocked as well. NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance microscopes, STM, scanning tunnel microscopes, high voltage electron microscopes, electron beam holography, cameras, streak cameras. Gillian, the Snatchers obviously possess much greater intelligence than we have previously given them credit for. Nevertheless, their technology seems somewhat dated. Give me 1 second, I need to take this call. Alright, false alarm. 1 second. I was getting nervous. There's some sort of emergency if someone calls me twice in a row, but no. Alright. Dated? What do you mean by dated? The equipment and techniques they're using, most of these methods were abandoned years ago. This is well behind the current levels of technology in most developed countries. It's a rough approximation, but I would say that they are 20 to 30 years behind the times. What's more, judging from the imbalance of the research material here, appears to be primarily the work of one individual. You're telling me that all this work on the Snatcher's artificial skin is being carried out by one person and not some government institution? The design of this lab itself is in violation of a number of the biohazard prevention safety codes. While a few safety cabinets have been installed, there's no autoclave or gas sterilizer anywhere. This is quite far from P4 level. I seriously doubt that this lab was set up by a government or any other large organization. Okay. It's gotta be, I have an idea. Oh, I can't go back. I cannot go back. Okay. There's gotta be something in here. Keep investigating here. So we looked at the containers, right? Dates on the samples indicate that they're rather new. Alright, do that. monitors. This is quite impressive, right? Okay, we just did that one. Desktop, DNAs, We already did that. What in the world is that? Antibodies, which are said to have beneficial effects on cancerous melanomas. There's no mistake. This is definitely their maintenance hospital. Is that shelf that or desktop I looked at? Everything is quite neatly organized. Argon lasers. Argon dye lasers. It's a device for selectively destroying certain types of cancer cells. They also have the latest gene cannon. Room is illuminated with red light and makes for a very disquieting atmosphere. What are they doing here? What's with all these samples? This looks like a lot more than a place to treat skin cancer. Alright, already did that one. Okay, it's a microsurgery system. No cobwebs in this room. The vast number of jars almost suggest a museum. There are a number of machines for biotech experiments. It seems they are quite serious about their work. I already did that one. They're all finest quality monitors, microscopes, and the like. Samples, mutated cells, and organs with tumors. I don't want to look at this stuff. Okay, we already looked at everything. Looked. All right. We smelled. So we've exhausted all the options in here. You never know where they could be hiding. Let's keep conversation to an absolute minimum. All right, we'll exit. So I guess it's in the other room then. Chip is already in. Alright, we already looked at this. Anything here? We already did that. Motion detector. This is odd. The reading comes and goes. Probably a sensor malfunction on my part. Okay, there's got to be something to do with this. When you look at them like this, there isn't much difference between them and humans, is there? Surface of the bed is still quite warm. It's as if someone was lying there until just moments ago. Something's in here. This switched off. They are getting power. The equipment is in standby mode. The lens has been polished quite nicely. I bet you... that there's going to be a snatcher right there when I look over. Let's look over the entire room. Dum! Dun dun dun! Skeleton's gone! It was definitely there a moment ago. Alright. I read movements. Shit. I always forget how to pull up the gun. Shoot!
Functions have been terminated. There's no doubt now that this is their maintenance facility. This one was probably still waiting to get its artificial skin installed.
So this is what they really look like, huh?
Dude just had a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about them. You can't tell them from real people once they've got that skin on.
Perhaps that's humanity's great weakness. We're always judging books by their cover.
And it's just that human weakness that they're out to take advantage of.
Random. Metal, let's go. The HQ's junk squad can take care of him later. We've got an investigation to do.
Dun, dun, dun. It's that button. It's okay. X. It's X. I think it's definitely dead or terminated this time. He said the word. Oh my God! People stop calling me. Yes, all its functions have ceased. I don't read any residual energy either. Are you alright, Gillian? I'll live. It hit me twice, though. I was quite a tough customer. You get a few hundred of those together, and that would be it. Gillian, let's get on with the investigation. Its functions have been completely terminated, and it won't be moving again. They knew what they were doing when they said terminated. The remains of the Terminator are on the floor. No longer any movement. Am I supposed to do anything? Stench from that Snatcher was wasted. That stench from the Snatcher we wasted is still around. So it looks like this is where they were doing their treatment, and the proof is over there on the floor. Can I exit? Just like the last one, you never know when they might pop out. Keep your blaster ready. So Gillian, now it's down to just room number 3. We weren't able to get into room number 3. It's a very heavy door. Strength alone won't be enough to open it. Close call. Where is this other switch? Suppose a hideout. There aren't very many of them. Quiet, Gillian. They'll hear us if we make too much noise. Alright, so do I go back to... Maybe I go back into the... just to see if there's like a Snatcher in here, maybe. Still, we gotta be something in here. Maybe. Something I'm missing. We already did that. Use the Snatcher for. Something on the operating table. So it's definitely not in here. Alright, so I guess let's... And it won't let me go back, so it's something it's in here, the other room. Let's brute force our way through it. No, not that. Look, doors, alright, switches, okay, 2 switches. There's only 2 buttons, maybe it can be opened using those 2 buttons. How though? Oh, okay. Alright. There you go.
Alright, let's try pushing both buttons simultaneously.
The 2 buttons are on opposite panels, so there's no way one person can push them both alone. But if 2 of us work together, it might do it.
That's it, Gillian. It makes perfect sense. It's the same system they used to use in nuclear missile silos in the late 20th century. Eliminates the risk of one man going nuts and acting alone.
Well, it's hard to be sure, but let's give it a try anyway. I've got button 1. Random, you push number 2. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on!
There we go.
You did it! Door number 3 opened.
With safety measures like that, they must have had a good reason for wanting to keep it closed.
Whoa. This game is pretty graphic.
I read 4 human skeletons in this room.
It's there more!
Perhaps victims of the Snatchers?
Well, it doesn't look like whoever put them here was too worried about making sure they would rest in peace.
No, it doesn't. These have got to be their victims.
This is probably where they hide the bodies of the originals they snatched from places like Outer Heaven.
They probably picked Outer Heaven because it gets a lot of VIP traffic. Plus, during masquerade time, they could work the place and still keep their identities secret.
Yeah, and the guy who set up the link between them and Outer Heaven was Freddy, that taxi driver. They must have gone after him not because of who he was, but what he did. After all, with a taxi, there's plenty of chances to milk your customers for information. That's probably how they learned about Outer Heaven, Plato's Cavern.
They've been wondering what they had done with the bodies.
Want to hide a book? What better place than the library? Need to hide a body? How about the morgue?
And for them, keeping the bodies hidden is crucial. I mean, if somebody who's supposed to be dead is out walking the streets, it wouldn't be too hard to figure out that something screwy is going on.
That means that if we can figure out who these bodies were, then we just nailed 4 Snatchers.
Figure it would be easier to just dispose of the bodies than building an elaborate Snatcher morgue. Appears to have been a proper morgue at one time, but now it's being used as little more than a closet. There's a ventilation duct on one side of the room. One of the bodies is still decomposing. The other 3 are little more than skeletons. There's a cover on the duct, but it has been weakened by oxidation. It's rusted somewhat, but it appears to be easily removed. Alright. It's connected to an underground air circulation system that may even lead into the tube liner as well. Let's look around the room. A few droppings on the floor from mice who are no doubt feeding on the bodies. Remains. A number of different insects larvae have infested the body. It hasn't been well preserved, to say the least. But it's definitely a human body. That stench, that's what rotting protein smells like. The decomposition process releases numerous gases. Save. Yes. Alright, so yeah, let's look at the duct. How do I... estimated time of death. Right? The insects infecting a decomposing body can be divided into 8 large groups. Each of those groups works on the body for roughly 15 days, making an 8 times 15 day or 4-month cycle. As such, an analysis of the variety, number, and size of the organisms on the body allow a rather accurate estimation of which group is currently present. In other words, you can figure out how long the victim's been dead without analyzing the body itself, right? On this particular body, flies have laid eggs, and the maggots have grown into adult flies, so it has been less than 30 days since death. As for the other 3 bodies, 1 full cycle has been completed, so at least 4 months have passed. Cause of death. Can you determine the cause of death? Bodies are severely damaged. Such a determination would require more extensive facilities than are available here. What about the identity of the victims? Hair, clothing, even teeth, anything that could be used to make an identification is gone. Damn snatchers. They were careful to make sure their identities didn't get out. If we even had some teeth, we might be able to make an ID. I mean, those look like teeth to me, dude. What about these teeth here? They've been deliberately misaligned to prevent identification. And I guess we'll never be able to ID them. There is a way. What? How? We can perform a simulated reconstruction. Fortunately, the skulls of the victims are still intact. Reconstruction, eh? Good idea. Great idea. Metal, let's do this reconstruction thing on the bodies.
Now performing simulated reconstruction of the head and facial features of each of the 4 victims.
Okay.
Commencing with victim number 1.
Do.
Now performing craniometric analysis, X-ray and sagittal X-ray, magnetic resonance imaging, and positron CT data gathered. Complete cranial data now being compiled. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction. First, victim's age. Estimate based on 1. Presence or absence of cranial fontanelles and chroma of epicranial sutures. 2. Area of facial region and cranium. 3. Height of upper and lower jaw and development of alveolar part. And 4. Location of cranial center of gravity. Next, victim's sex. Estimate based on 1. Overall size of cranium. 2. Parietal bone angle. And 3. Development of splachno cranium. Lastly, victim's race. Estimate based on 1. Overall cranial configuration. 2. Volume of intracranial cavity. And
That
3.
seems racist.
Now commencing soft feature reconstruction based on average results of above analysis. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race 10% based on use of average values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of first victim completed.
It's Freddie Nielsen.
Moving on to second victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 2. Now starting craniometric analysis.
Yeah.
Complete cranial
I like
data
this
now being
history
compiled
shows
using
where
the same
they
techniques as the previous reconstruction.
do the reconstructions on the. This is what so and so looked like 2,000 years ago.
Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race 10% based on use of average values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of second victim completed.
That's Lisa Nielsen.
Moving on to third victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 3. Now starting craniometric analysis. Complete cranial data now being compiled using the same techniques as the previous.
It's gonna be
reconstruction.
Chief Gibson, I bet.
Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race 10% based on use of average values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of
Nope.
third victim completed.
Who in the world is that?
That's the director of Queen's Hospital. Shin Fui, what's his face?
Chin Shu. Oh, get in. Moving on to last victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 4.
This one's the most recent. It's still decomposing.
Now starting craniometric analysis. Complete cranial data now being compiled using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race 10% based on use of average values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of final victim.
Chief Gibson.
It's
Benson,
the Chief.
or Chief Benson.
What? The Chief is a snatcher. The Benson on the scrap of that patient record was Benson Cunningham.
Judging from the condition of the body, I would estimate that the snatching took place approximately 1 month ago.
So it was the Chief who sabotaged
I
our
didn't see the
turbo
eyeball there.
cycle. And those matches we found in Harry's room, the Chief must have put them there to try to set him up.
No doubt Harry figured it out and decided to leave that face-to-face message. Wait a minute. Didn't Mika say that Harry had left to go find the chief?
That's right. He was probably trying to track down some evidence on the Chief.
Gillian, I'd say that this Harry has put himself in a pretty dangerous spot.
If it was the chief that sabotaged the turbo cycle, doesn't that mean that he already knows we're onto him?
Damn. Harry and Meek are in danger.
That's far enough, Junker. Your little investigation is over.
It's them.
Who? Snatchers?
Get them.
No.
My arm! I can't reach my blaster!
I'm hitting the leg.
Is that the best you can do, Junker?
Who's there?
Jin Shuo, you scum!
It seems you still have some fight left in you. You two are finished, but our plans move forward. We are now entering phase 2. And when we do, not only this city, but the entire world will be ours to command.
Phase 2? What are you talking about?
As you know, our operations have been hindered up to now by the flaws in our artificial skin. The skin's shortcomings have kept us away from ultraviolet rays, forcing us to do our work at
Tell
night,
me all your evil plans.
ground, or in the winter. In the end, we had to construct a hospital like this, all because of the flaws in our artificial skin. This was the only difference between us and you humans. But now we have broken this barrier.
Huh?
We are on the verge of developing a perfect artificial skin, thanks to the cooperation of a new partner in our plan.
Perfect artificial skin? A new partner?
Once we have the new skin, nothing will be able to stop us. And with that, our plan moves to phase 2. Our little experiment in this city will end, and we'll move in force to take over the world.
Don't be so sure. You won't get out of the city that easy.
You humans are always so overconfident, so naive.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you're aware that the Kyoto Summit, being held to decide how to handle the Snatcher problem, opens tomorrow.
Metal, is that right?
Yes. Countries around the world are concerned about the Snatcher problem. It will be one of the main topics discussed at this year's summit.
That's right. Tomorrow, we attack the summit.
You must be crazy. The security there will be incredible. You won't even get close.
Must I explain everything to you, Junker? Aren't you even aware that a fellow junker will be giving a special presentation at the summit?
The chief! Cunningham! So that's why you snatched him.
We've known that your chief would be speaking at the summit for over 3 months now.
Gillian, the summit is tomorrow. We have to hurry.
Listen, we have your chief. You junkers are at our mercy, and so is this city. And tomorrow, we move on the world. Nothing can stop us now. We will finally achieve our long-awaited goal of global domination.
Who is this we you keep talking about?
We are an evolved life form, given life in the depths of the Kremlin by our creator, Modnar. We are a new race.
Okay.
Modnar? Modnar? The Kremlin? Those names are familiar, but...
Our goal is to snatch all of the world's leaders and then achieve total control of human thought and worldwide racial unification.
You're insane. Humanity won't be so easily dominated. You underestimate the strength of the human spirit.
I think not. In the same way as the Nazis, our strategy begins with the overpowering of the spirit of the people. We will strike at you humans' weakest point, the most primitive part of your psychological net, your suspiciousness and fear. By provoking suspicion and mistrust throughout the populace, we will destroy that fragile fabric which holds your society together, that of trust. Fear is you humans' weak point. It is the primitive part of your brains that binds you forever to your animal ancestors.
Random
and
guitar
makes
riff.
you vulnerable. By stimulating that part of your atavistic instincts, our plan can succeed magnificently.
Gillian, at this rate, they'll kill us all. You've got to get out alive. You're a junker.
Just what did you have in mind?
This end is like
Fireworks show ready for 'em.
kind of like a long movie. No, I mean it's not long, but
What? You're gonna blow yourself up? No. We're
Right.
better off fighting together.
Hey, it won't work. I'm hit in the thigh. Ow. Oh, damn. A bounty hunter can't do anything with a leg wound like this. Might as well have been shot in the head.
There must be some way out of here.
Hey, I wasn't doing this job just for fun. I stayed ready for situations like this. I've always been prepared to go out with a bang.
It's December. A little late for fireworks.
So it'll be an off-season show.
No, I can't let you.
My belt's packed with TNT-PX. You know, that really strong stuff they use in the mines on Mars? One push, and this whole hospital will go. No trouble at all. No time to sit around thinking, Junker boy. Go! What are you doing? Get your butt moving, you fool! Get out through this air shaft. I've got a powerful strobe on me. Its flash will screw up their sensors long enough for you to get out. Now you with me? Fireworks are better from a distance anyway, Gillian.
Are you two finished chatting? Then I think it's time for you to die. We're quite busy, you know.
You ready? When I give the signal, break into the air shaft and run, and don't forget your blaster.
Metal, stay with me.
Yes, sir.
Random.
Gillian! Doesn't look like I'm gonna have a chance to call in that debt you owe me.
Don't worry. I'll pay it back to the Snatchers with interest.
All right, go! Run, Gillian!
alright, now is there a shooting section? I think there might be a shooting section. Thinking.
Metal, you okay?
No, metal.
Metal, something broke? walls of this duct must have shielded us from enough of the blast.
Right.
If it wasn't for Random, we wouldn't have made it. Oh, Random.
Gillian, we have no time for grief now. We must get back to Junker headquarters as quickly as possible. Harry and Mika are in danger.
You're right. And I have to keep my promise to Random. But first, we have to figure out how to get out of here.
I can't see a thing. What should we do?
One word to save. Feel like you were the closest to him. Like you had the highest probability of being killed in that blast. Alright, already saved. Okay. Use metal gear, turn on light. Well, let's try moving forward. There could be snatchers waiting for us. Please use extreme caution. How far does this thing go? Gillian, are you sure that this thing has an exit? Wall, okay. There's some kind of scratches here. Scratches, check them out. My light isn't powerful enough to it appears to continue on. Look at the scratches again. Both the right and left side of walls of the duct have scratches on them, as if something hard had bumped into them. Okay. This scratch was caused by the scraping of a very hard claw-like object of some kind. A snatcher. Maybe they were using this as some kind of shortcut or back route. Metal, are you picking up any movement? I'm afraid the shock of that explosion has damaged my motion detector. So is it working or not? I'm getting partial readings, but they're not as sensitive as they should be. If we get attacked in a narrow area like this, we have had it. Please pray for us, Gillian. We've got to make it out of here. Damn, so I have to depend on my own eyes and ears, do I? What's this? There's some sand spilled here. How did this get here? It's constructed quite well. There are signs that construction to reinforce it has been carried out. My neighbor's dog is going crazy. Appears that a snatcher was dragged through here. A human body would not cause such marks. Maybe that naked snatcher we saw in the operating room. It's probably correct, and an endostructure before the artificial skin was installed seems most likely. I can hear the sound of water flowing, and we must be close to a way out of this thing. There's probably a sewer or something nearby. Not reading anything. I already did that. Iron particles, high quantities of phosphorus. This type of sand is particular to the M district in Yokobe. The M district, eh? Around the old factory, right? What's that mean? It's quite unusual that the particular sand would be present here. It was no doubt brought here by someone. For an air duct, the quantity of dust is quite low. So that means that this thing is used regularly, right? Yes, there's certainly no reason why anyone would ever deliberately clean a duct like this. Achoo! Gillian, it's Snow 9! Alright, I'll gather and analyze a sample of the air here. Gillian, the results as I would have expected. Though the concentration is thin, there is definitely Snow 9 present. Snow 9, huh? Is it okay to breathe it? You will be safe at these concentrations. Can I move forward? Can't go back. Okay. Reinforcing bars formed of level 4 hardness steel alloy have been installed. It's quite strong. And that's what saved us. I guess we should thank them. It seems this is not just a simple air duct. The lower surface is constructed of reinforced concrete. It does not seem to be just an ordinary air duct. It looks like the Snatchers have been using it to move it around. These scratches and the presence of Snow 9, I say it's definite. I sure don't want to meet up with any of them in a tight space like this. Okay. The farther we go, the higher the concentration. It must be coming from that direction. Okay. Okay, we already looked at that. Oh, advance. I can advance. Alright, continuing forward. Geez, this thing just keeps going. And sectors. You've got to be kidding me. Not here. Come on, load. Oh my god, my neighbor's dog, dude. No. Fuck. No. Can I continue right there? All right, good. So I do have infinite ammo. See, this is more difficult because on the original Genesis, you had a Genesis controller D-pad, and I'm using some shitty third-party, like $15 controller from like Amazon. Ugh. I'm no longer reading any motion. Phew, they really build a lot of those things, don't they? Those insectors must be the security for this area, which means at the end of this duct. I'm not reading any more motion. Let's move on. don't want to meet up with any more of those spiders. Look, a way out. We're saved, Gillian. Metal, don't let your guard down.
What in the world?
This is part of the tube liner, the city's long-abandoned subway system.
You mean Queen's Hospital and this were connected?
Yes, it would appear that the Snatchers were using this to move from place to place. This would provide them with the perfect way to move about while still avoiding the ultraviolet rays they hate so much. We should have realized this sooner. The city is crisscrossed by the tube liner's old lines, and since they are abandoned, the Snatchers could move undetected as well.
Aha! That's how those two we caught a glimpse of at the abandoned
They're
factory
almost kind of like vampires.
disappear so quickly. They must have used this subway.
That would appear to be correct. The tube liner passes underneath that factory site as well. That would also explain why sand from the factory was in the air duct at the hospital.
So this is the trick they were using to stay out of the sun and avoid being seen while they moved around.
Now we know why it took so long to uncover them.
All right, let's follow the subway. We should be able to get out when we get to the nearest station.
How far does this bloody thing go? We're probably lost. I wonder where we are. Metal, can you see what's up ahead? It appears that the tunnel continues for as far as I can see. The only sound is that of our own footsteps. Metal, how much farther do we have to go to reach the next station? Since I don't know what our exact present location is, I cannot give you an accurate figure. This part of the system didn't have very many stations. We'll probably have to walk quite a bit further. The tunnel seems to go on for some distance. Metal, can you hear any trains approaching? What are you saying, Gillian? The tube liner systems has been abandoned for years. There's no sound besides what we are making. Okay, tunnel seems to go on for some distance. Gillian, what's wrong?
Look, Metal, light!
Yes, but this doesn't look like a station.
There's a ladder.
Where do you suppose it leads, Gillian?
I don't have the slightest, but let's climb it and see.
All right, now climbing the ladder. We seem to have emerged into an odd place. Wait, this room.
Isn't that your wife's apartment?
That's Freddie Nielsen's bathroom.
No, Freddy's. Never mind.
He was using this shaft from the bathtub to get down into the subway. So that's how he did that.
Ah, yes. As I recall, after you disposed of Lisa, he somehow entered the apartment without using the regular entrance.
Which he accomplished by using this secret passage into his bathtub.
The bathtub must be of a double construction. The bottom is actually a lid. When they wanted to hide the passage, all they needed to do was fill the tub. And to get in and out, they would just drain the water into another tank.
Jeez. Double bottom bathtubs? Abandoned subways? Snatchers really go out of their way to stay out of the sun.
Okay, Gillian, let's head outside.
Freddy's living room. Large scale map of Moscow. Moscow, eh? Chinshu O over at Queen's Hospital had a picture of St. Basil's Cathedral. The chief keeps a picture of Red Square hidden. How come everybody is such a big Moscow fan these days? What's going on here? Moscow seems to hold some clue to this whole thing, doesn't it? Moscow. Did that guy say something about it? Before the explosion, didn't Shin Shu-o say something about achieving what was meant to be 55 years ago in the depths of the Kremlin? Now that you mention it, this map is from exactly that era, isn't it? Moscow 55 years ago. The key to understanding the Snatchers no doubt lies there. This has to have some meaning. I don't think they'd paste a 50-year-old map up here just as a decoration. Map. Late 10th to 20th century map. Do you want to exit? Don't break the beam, Gillian. You'll have people from headquarters all over the place. It's a security center, you know? I see. Gotta make sure nobody messes with the evidence, after all. Yeah, geez, I feel like I'm breaking into the place or something. I guess I'm gonna go back to headquarters. Alright, we'll go save. Okay, my turbo cycle is not here. Aren't there any taxis or anything around here? Why don't we search the area? Look, there's a taxi over there. It's a manned taxi. The driver is behind the wheel. The cab is for hire. Shall we board it? It's a, quote, black taxi, but we have little choice in the matter. Let's board, Gillian. All right, let's board the taxi. We've boarded the taxi. Driver, where to, sir? This is a manned cab. I can take you anywhere you want to go. Let's look at this driver. This driver looks sus. The car has been modified to operate on manual only. Hey, this is a black taxi. You know, don't be so nosy, okay? That driver. Space is concealed. Polarizing film has been placed on the rear mirror. Come on, stop that, please. Now, where would you like to go? Driver's identifications, not posted on the dashboard. Come on, stop, please. Now, where would you like to go? I don't trust this guy. Driver as of medium height and medium build. Alright, let's tell them the destination. We're on urgent business. Get us to Junker headquarters as quickly as you can. Junker headquarters, eh? What would you want to go there for? Something going down? We're in a hurry. Is that some kind of joke, sir? You can't be serious. This is a manned taxi, you know. I can't go to a place like that. Metal, I think we picked a weird taxi. Listen, I'm a junker. Take me to Junker headquarters. Do it quickly. I'm afraid not. You're going somewhere else. You want to know where that is? To hell. Okay. Yes, straight to hell. Chin-Chu, oh!
Is he dead?
He's junk now. One, wasn't he?
Jeez. He made it through that explosion and was waiting for us out here. If those things ever get control of the city, there's no way we'll ever get it back. We've got to stop them before that.
And to do that, we have to prevent the chief from getting to the Kyoto summit.
I know. And I have to pay back my debt to Random.
Let's use this taxi to get back to Junker headquarters.
I planned on it. I just hope Mika and Harry are safe.
We've arrived at Junker headquarters. I certainly hope Mika and Harry are safe. Alright, Metal, this is it. The final showdown. Are you ready? Let's go. Now entering headquarters. This is a lobby. What? The shutter on the reception booth is closed. The surface of the shutter shows evidence of having been struck by fire from an energy weapon. I read motion. Something is in the booth. Gillian, we have to open this somehow. This is a protective shutter for the reception booth. It's automatically lowered in times of danger. Give me 1 minute. My dog is going crazy. We'll be right back. Guys, calm down. What's going on? You're right. Come up. Oh. Your brother is going crazy down there. All right, buddy. Puppy! Emergency light is flashing on the door check panel. So headquarters has been put on emergency status. Oh, come on, bud. I'm gonna lay down. Lay back. Oh, there you go. You have to open the shutter. There are a few holes in the shield, no doubt caused by blaster cannon fire. Cannon, and it's Snatchers who did this. Alright, how do I... That's what I'm trying to do. Can't this be opened from the outside? If it has an emergency external connection port, then it can be opened from the outside. I have to look at the ports. Metal, find this external connection. Jack. Here we are. I have located an emergency external connection port on the side of the booth. With this, I will be able to open this shutter. Alright, well, use it then. You just told me I could open it. Now plugging into, we have the emergency external connection port. Releasing lock mechanism.
All right, I'm going to open it, but please use extreme caution. Anything could be inside.
Mika! You're so getting... This whole organization is getting sued. It's just... this is just because it's a... I guess it's probably a bad ROM, but it's kind of funny for dramatic effect. It's just like... staring at her. Hey, bud. You and your brother were talking to the neighbor dog. Your brother was acting all crazy. He wants to play. We'll play when we're done here in a minute. Oh my gosh, come on.
Mika! Mika, are you all right? Metal, how is she?
Her pulse is normal. The only external injuries are to her forehead, and they are not serious. There's been no significant blood loss.
Mika, come on, snap out of it. It's me, Gillian.
Gillian? Gillian?
Mika, what happened?
Gillian, the chief. The chief is a snatcher.
So he's finally shown his true colors.
Harry's...
What's happened to Harry?
Harry put me in the pod and sealed the main door. He locked the snatcher in.
That was smart. Not even a snatcher can get through this shield.
So where's Harry?
He said keep the door sealed no matter what happens in there. And then he went in. Gillian, please help him.
Harry! Mika, open the door. I'm going in. Metal, we're going in. Be careful. That snatcher could be hiding anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Gillian, please be careful. The chief is very cunning. Don't let your guard down.
Don't worry, I'll watch myself in there.
We're in the main hallway. What's this? Someone's down. The hat. Harry.
Harry!
Oh, Gillian. Is that you? I'm getting old. Just look at me.
What happened?
Dramatic testing.
Saw the chief messing with your turbo cycle. And that weird picture in his office.
Metal, how is he? Metal!
I do not wish to say.
Really that bad, huh?
Gillian, when I confronted him about what I saw, he showed me what he really was. I was barely able to even scratch him.
That's enough, Harry. I understand. Metal, is there anything we can do for him?
Gillian, I'm sorry.
Harry, you'll be okay. Doesn't look like you're hurting too bad. This'll work out perfect.
Metal standing right there.
Too hard anyway. Why don't you take a nice long vacation somewhere and rest up?
Yeah, sure. Nice try, Gillian, but it's my body. I know I ain't gonna make it. You were a good kid, Gillian.
Harry!
I don't know how to say this right, but I've always had a special feeling about you.
No, you're fine. It's just the neighbor.
Like my father. in the middle of them.
Pulse and blood pressure fine.
Harry, hang in there. You and I were gonna go out and tie one on, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You, me, and John, the three of us.
But John is...
Metal, quiet.
Gillian, I've lived my life alone. I didn't know my parents or family.
It's
Always
a
so
rather
sick
long-winded
and glued to
death
my
scene.
research. I never really trusted anybody. That was a mistake.
Blood pressure continuing to fall.
Harry?
After Jean died, I felt it. Human warmth, companionship.
I know what you mean.
Gillian, I just wanted to get along with everybody. I don't need no Nobel Prize. For 50 years, I've been searching, trying to find something I lost. Looks like I'll never find it now.
Gillian, he's about...
Looks like I've been talking too much. It's up to you now, Gillian. I'm finished. You won't forget this old grouch, will you?
Harry!
Gillian, you've got to believe in yourself. You're the last junker.
I was gonna say it's the Last Jedi. You're the Last Jedi.
Pulse 0. Pupils are dilated.
Cunningham! No! Snatcher! I'll get you for this!
We have no time for grieving. That Snatcher is still hiding somewhere here in headquarters.
Metal, listen to me. That Snatcher gets me. You've got to take Mika and run. Then you've got to blow up Junker headquarters. Blow it sky high! You understand me?
Yes, sir. I just hope it doesn't come to that. So, where should we start our search?
That is the longest death speech I have ever seen in a video game. Alright. Yeah, alright, well, one... Alright, I guess we'll use, yeah, Chief's office. He should be there. Alright, motion detector. No. I'm gonna save. What is triggering your the neighbor's dogs, bud? Reading. I think he's in the shooting range. Reading. No reading. Okay. He wouldn't be in that computer room. Hallway. Let's go through all the rooms one more time. Let's artificially inflate the playtime of the game. There's something on the desk. There was no stain like this a few moments ago. It's blood. Appears to be the blood is dripping from the ceiling. Yes, blood is dripping. Okay, so search the ceiling. Why don't we investigate the ceiling? Don't mind me, just looking at some paperwork.
The lighting control system has been destroyed. Distance to motion readings increasing.
Is he trying to run?
Motion readings have vanished.
You got past me this time, Snatcher.
Headquarters emergency lighting has been activated.
Can we find him again?
We should go after him immediately.
We'll find him. We know he's somewhere inside headquarters.
The Snatcher has been wounded. We should look for traces of blood.
Bloodstain. Continues at the door. Alright. We're gonna go to engineering. Don't see any blood in. No traces of Snatcher blood. Pretty sure that at least winged him. Alright, well I guess we gotta do searched everywhere. Alright. Alright, is it back in the hallway maybe? No way for it to get out of the headquarters. There's still some rooms we haven't checked. Really? The front. The lobby. You never know. But the main door was sealed off when we came in. We've checked and double checked everywhere else. Let's go take a look.
The main door has been opened. Did Mika open it?
Wait, Mika's not in the pod.
Oh.
What happened?
Ooh,
The
buddy.
lighting has been disconnected.
Don't move, Seed. Cunningham, is that you?
I read motion. He is definitely in here.
Where are you? Show yourself. I'm right here. I don't need to run or hide from you.
Dun.
Mika!
No, Gillian, don't move. It's a trap.
A hostage? You cowardly scum!
Where did you get the chains from?
Mika, why did you open the entrance?
I don't know. I was really scared. I mean, the emergency light's coming on so suddenly.
Seed, go ahead and shoot. But you'd better be a pretty good shot, or this kid goes home in a bag.
Shoot, Gillian. Kill this thing. Don't worry about me.
Mika!
What are you going to do?
I have you now, Junker!
Not too hard.
The Snatcher's functions have been terminated.
Mika, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Thank you.
Harry? I got him. Random? Sorry it took so long, but this ought to make us even.
Junker! You may have stopped me, but it's not over yet.
Gillian, this is just residual energy feedback. Its power levels are dropping rapidly.
Crane's Hospital was nothing more than a maintenance facility. We have comrades operating throughout the city, more than you can imagine. Now our plans will move into phase 2. For that we will enlist the help of Professor Lorraine. Your existence is meaningless as long as you don't get your memory back.
As long as you don't do the one thing that will save the world.
My memory? Comrades? Professor Lorraine?
Harry. Why? Please tell me. Why do so many good people have to die?
Mika.
This is all wrong.
Mika, don't worry. I won't let anybody else die. I made a promise to Harry and Random. But the city is still full of Snatchers. This fight is just beginning.
I feel like there's one more part to this, if I'm not mistaken. Not another act, but like another scene.
Gillian, I have an urgent video call from Jamie. I'll connect you.
Gillian, I've got my memory back. I remember everything.
Your memory? So what about us, Jamie? Who are we?
Gillian, it's terrible. What we've done.
Jamie, what's wrong?
Convoluted memory lore
I
dump.
can't tell you something like this over the video phone. I would have been better off never remembering.
Okay, Jamie, calm down. I'll head out right now. Where are you? Is it snowing?
I'm sorry, Gillian. I can't tell you. They've taken our boy hostage.
Our boy? Who?
Professor Modner is here too.
Jamie, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Snatcher!
Gillian!
We have Professor Lorraine. We only require her cooperation for a short period here at the Kremlin. So for now, I suggest you avoid doing anything foolish.
Kremlin.
Professor Seed.
Act 2 end. Okay. I think there is one more you'd like to save at this point. Let's see, what time is it? Because I think Act 3 just might be the ending. Hold on, bud. Here, okay. 6:30.
With the start of
this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away. The delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center.
I'm pretty sure this is just the ending. Maybe. If not, I'll call it for the night.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our Junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo-Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The Chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on Junker operations increased
There
dramatically.
you go, bye.
Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatcher's headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that Snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Metal, what about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about
If I
me.
can save, I'm gonna call it for the night whenever it's
Where did I come from?
this scene's over.
Gillian.
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest-ranking officer here.
You knew all along?
Of course.
Where were we rescued from?
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in
Moscow?
an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods? You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture, from when he was a kid.
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son. It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
Harry? Harry was my son?
Using the information gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian
I
Sr.
forgot about
and your
that.
wife, Jamie Lorraine.
It's like that movie, that parody of
Both
Don't Be
you
a
are
Menace.
American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
Paris in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
Yes, you come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
Ba-ba-boom.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched,
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
that's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities,
We're gonna go to
you were
Siberia?
assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
It's a dumb theory.
Moscow. 50 years ago.
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry. Harry was my son. Did he know?
It's so funny.
It was highly classified information he was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian, let's think this all through again. We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right, let's go over what we know about them.
First of all, what's the Snatcher's weak point? Okay, come on. That's correct. Their weak point is their defective artificial skin, long-term exposure to ultraviolet rays, cause mutations in the melanocytes in the stratum basale of their skin, which become cancerous. Specifically, long ultraviolet rays in the 250 to 350 nanometer range is responsible for causing the cancer. That's right, and that's the reason that they are so limited as to when they can be out. They only come out at night in the middle of the winter and wear sunscreen even then. That's the method that Jean used to figure out what the Snatchers were up to. How ironic, it turns out that the destruction of the ozone layer actually had a benefit for us humans. That's right. Now, what method were they using to move and be able to avoid ultraviolet rays and the sunlight at the same time? Let's see, it's Act 3. Let's see what, hold on, buddy. Let's see what time it is. Okay, well, yeah, no, I'm gonna, I forgot I started at 4:30, not 4. Okay, that's right. Now, what method were they using to move around to be able to avoid ultraviolet rays? The subway system. Not turbocycle. Underpass? That's right. They were using the abandoned tunnels of the old tube liner system to get from place to place. That's how they were able to move around without being noticed. Nielsen's apartments, the old factory, Queen's Hospital, all of their hideouts were conducted by the tube liner. Go bud. Yeah. There's a good chance of that. Next, what phenomenon was always observed at any location? Blah, blah, blah. That would be Snow 9. Sneeze. That's right. And what was the cause of the sneezing? This is the reason for the sneezing. You're correct. The sneezing was caused by the presence of the allergen Snow 9. Snow 9 is an artificial form of pollen developed by the military, and its presence is limited to certain regions. They were using it to interface with radio transmissions and keep people away. They probably were producing it intentionally themselves. The only regions of the city where Snow 9 is still present are areas around the Ina River. It's been cleared out of other areas because of the danger it presents. So that means that their base must be somewhere near the Ina River, right? That's a fair conclusion. They are probably somewhere near the Ina River protected by Snow 9. Accessible to the tube liner and near the Ina River. We must not forget that the 3 photographs that we found the Snatchers with, all of them are related to the Soviet Union before the catastrophe. The map on the wall of Nielsen's apartment, the picture of the temple in the director's office at Queen's Hospital, the photo of Red Square hidden in the chief's office. Why did the Snatchers keep pictures and memorabilia like this? Maybe they're homesick. Maybe that's where they come from. Homesick, get serious, Mika. They're robots, you know? Let's analyze a little closer. What city is related to all of these pictures? Moscow. That's correct. It's Moscow. Moscow must be where they come from. That must be the basis of their programming. You might be right. Just as the people have a hometown that is dear to them, their creators may have put a hometown into their programming. They use very advanced artificial intelligence systems, so they may have needed something like that to maintain their emotional balance. Yeah, they were born out of nothing, but they needed to give them some kind of image as an emotional base. So Moscow is their creator and their home, and the place they found Jamie and I.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo-Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9.
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
What's this?
Do.
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right, right here.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo-Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
The Kremlin.
Calculating. This is the spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and
Okay.
subway area.
That's it! That's their headquarters! Their new Kremlin!
Gillian, let's
I think I should be able to save here soon.
Wait, Gillian. I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo-Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now
Things
to
are
save the whole
escalating
island.
so quickly.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's go, Gillian.
Gillian,
Yes?
um,
What's wrong?
how about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
You're
Not
married, dude.
I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
Technically, I guess he's separated. Alright, let me save, man. Come on, let me save. The last turbo cycle. Okay, here we go. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna call it for the night. I've got probably one more session of this next Saturday afternoon, and I will have wrapped this game up. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I will see what's today's Saturday. I'll be back on tomorrow at 4. I'm gonna be yeah, thanks, have a good one. Yeah, I'll be back on 4 and probably finish up Observer tomorrow as well. Yeah, bye.